Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to the Living the Life show. I'm your host, Columbus Cody, and I'm so grateful. I said it, so grateful that you chose to hang with me today for the verse of the day. Now, today's verse of the day comes from Psalm chapter 40, verse 1 and 2, and this is what it says. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. Now let's go ahead and say this and get it out of the way. Nobody likes waiting. Nobody. Okay. So if you are one of those people that say, I can't deal with this because I don't like waiting, you're not alone. But I would like to say this. A lot of good happens in the waiting period. A lot of good happens in the waiting process. And that's where we have to get to a point we trust God while we wait. We trust God while we're going through the situation, while we're in the pit, while we're slipping and sliding in the miry clay. But there's some questions we have to ask ourselves. For example, why am I in this pit? Is this pit self-inflicted, or is my pit God allowed? Because that makes a huge difference. If it's self-inflicted, you need to focus on what you did, what I did to put myself here. Because believe it or not, even that can be a blessing. The focusing on, why am I in this pit? Oh, this is what I did wrong. Let me correct my error, so when he does lift me out of the pit and place my feet on the solid ground, I never return to that pit. Okay. If it's God allowed, there's something I'm supposed to gain while in this pit. Okay. That's the key. Again, stressing to you, no one likes to wait. It's normal. But as we mature, see, when we're immature, we can't wait for anything. When we were small, our parents say that money's burning a hole in your pocket. It could have been a quarter, but you just had to spend it. I want the candy. I want to get the bubble gum. I want the candy. It's a quarter. You can't hold on to it. Can't. But as you got older and you realize, I'm going to hold on to this quarter until next week, I'm going to put it with another quarter, and now I have 50 cents, and I'll be able to buy something bigger. I'll be able to buy something I really want. That takes maturity. That takes time. That takes experience with us knowing and being in a situation where we learn that had I not spent that quarter before, I'd be in a better situation right now. But that means I have to wait. Here's the key, though. It says, I waited patiently on the Lord. Patiently. He doesn't always come when you and I think he should come. But as the songwriter says, he's always what? On time. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. I would sing it for y'all, but I do not want you to turn the channel. All right. He's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. The blessing, and here's the beauty of it. We can do two different things while we wait. We can wane in our worship. Wane, waver, flicker, wishy-washy. We can wane in our worship. Do you remember when the children of Israel, when Moses went up the mountain to get the 10 commandments, and they were waiting for Moses to come back, and they were waiting so long to them that it just took too long, and let's do something else. So they built a golden calf, and they worshiped the golden calf. And Moses comes down and sees what they're doing. And he becomes angry, and he throws the tablets to the ground. He breaks the tablets. He's upset at the people. You couldn't even wait. I was going to do something great for you, and you can't wait. And God is telling us a lot of times to just wait. Be patient. Be patient. So we can either wane in our worship, or we can focus on the Father. Or we can stay faithful to the Father. Those are the two things we can do while we wait. Wane, waver in our worship, or focus and stay faithful on the Father. You will never regret being faithful to him. You'll never regret staying focused on him. The struggle becomes While you are waiting, the enemy is going to try to derail you. So while you're waiting, there's things you should do to make the waiting process a little bit easier, a little bit more bearable. And those are: read your word every day. Pray every day. Praise God's name every day. Every day you wake up, give God honor for that day. Ask him, what do I do while I'm in this pit waiting for you? What do you want me to learn while I'm in this pit waiting for you to rescue me? The verse says he rescued me out of the pit, and I was on miry clay, slippery clay. I was slipping and sliding. I couldn't get my bearings straight. But now he heard my cry. That's another thing that I want you to understand. God hears you. Even if he hasn't moved yet, he hears you. And if he hears you, that means he has a plan in place to rescue you out of the pit and place your feet on a solid foundation, on sturdy ground. And he does not intend for you to return to that pit. The only reason you should return to that pit is if you're trying to rescue someone else from theirs. It's the verse of the day, good people. It's the verse of the day. I pray that if you are in a pit right now, that you will cry out to God. Continue to cry out to him. Let him know that you understand that the pit you are in might be self-inflicted. I did this to me, but I surrender to you. I throw up my hands, Lord, and I say, will you please lower your rope? Pull me out of this thing, Jesus. I will follow you. Pull me out. Place my feet on the path you would want me to walk. And give me the strength and the courage to trust you and continue to take one step at a time in the direction that you've called me to walk. I don't want to return to that pit. I don't want to return to that pit. I want to walk with you. And if you pray that, if you cry out and you ask him right now into your life, into your heart, and out of that pit, be patient. He will come and he will rescue you. All right, I pray that today's verse encourages your heart. I pray that you will bless someone else with the verse today. Share it with someone else. Share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, your own YouTube channel, wherever you have an ability to be a blessing to someone else. Share this video with them. All right, make sure you watch it, share it, and most importantly, live it. Now let's get busy living the life.